So how did a humble Volkswagen Beetle become one of Hollywood's most beloved four-wheeled stars? Guys, the story of Herbie is just incredible. It's not just about a car in movies. It's about how a little bug with a big personality captured the hearts of millions and boosted the Beetle's popularity even further. I don't know of any other car in film history that's had this kind of impact and longevity. It's just incredible. I've been digging deep into the Herbie phenomenon, and I've come up with some fascinating aspects of this love bug's journey to stardom. If I've missed something, or you have a really cool Herbie fact or memory that you want to share with the folks here, leave it in the comment section below. All right, let's roll the film and dive into the world of Herbie. 1. The birth of Herbie. First up, let's talk about how Herbie came to be. It all started with a 1961 book called Car Boy Girl by Gordon Buford. Disney saw potential in this story about a sentient Volkswagen and decided to adapt it for the big screen. The result was The Love Bug, released in 1968. Now, here's a fun fact. Herbie wasn't always going to be a Beetle. The filmmakers considered other small cars like the Toyota Corona, the Volvo PV544, and even the Ford Mustang. But in the end, the Beetle won out. Why? Well, the story goes that during a car casting call, the crew noticed that people would walk by and unconsciously pat the Beetle on the hood like it was a pet. That's when they knew they had their star. And the name Herbie wasn't in the original book. Apparently, one of the Disney executives was inspired by a comedy routine about a ski instructor named Herbie. The name stuck, and a star was born. 2. Herbie's unique personality. Next, let's dive into what made Herbie so special. His personality. This wasn't just any car. Herbie had a mind of his own. He could drive himself, had a mischievous streak, and even seemed to have emotions. It was a brilliant blend of automotive ingenuity and Disney magic. Remember how Herbie would rock back and forth when he was happy, or how he'd refuse to start when he was upset. These little quirks made Herbie feel alive. The filmmakers used a combination of clever practical effects and good old-fashioned movie magic to bring Herbie to life. One of the coolest things about Herbie was how he communicated without words. His horn would beep in a certain way, his doors would flap open and closed, and of course, there was that iconic Herbie shake when he was revving up for action. It's amazing how much personality they managed to give to a car. 3. Behind the scenes magic. Now, let's peek behind the curtain at some of the movie magic that brought Herbie to life. The filmmakers used a variety of tricks to make Herbie do all those amazing stunts. They had a whole fleet of Beetles modified in different ways for different shots. For scenes where Herbie drove himself, they used a clever system where a real driver was hidden in the back seat, controlling the car through a second set of controls. For some of the more complex stunts, they even used radio-controlled miniatures. And here's a fun tidbit. In The Love Bug, Herbie's famous racing number 53 was chosen as a nod to Los Angeles Dodgers baseball player Don Drysdale. It became so iconic that it's now synonymous with Herbie himself. The attention to detail was incredible. They even gave Herbie his own sound effects. That distinctive Herbie voice you hear in the movies, it's actually a mix of real Beetle engine sounds and other effects, carefully crafted to give Herbie his unique audio personality. 4. Herbie's impact on Beetle popularity. Herbie didn't just conquer the box office, he gave a huge boost to Beetle popularity. The Love Bug was a massive hit, becoming the third highest grossing film of 1969. Suddenly, everyone wanted a Beetle of their own. Think about it. Herbie showed the Beetle in a whole new light. It wasn't just an economical, practical car anymore. Now it was a star, capable of outrunning Ferraris. With a little movie magic, of course. The Beetle's underdog status in the films resonated with audiences and only added to its counter-cultural appeal. Volkswagen, interestingly, wasn't initially keen on the idea of their car being personified in a movie. But when they saw the positive impact it had on sales and public perception, they quickly got on board. Herbie became an unofficial mascot for the brand, further cementing the Beatles' place in popular culture. 5. The Herbie franchise. Herbie's popularity didn't stop with just one movie. The Love Bug spawned a whole franchise that spanned decades. We got Herbie Rides Again in 1974, Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo in 1977, and Herbie Goes Bananas in 1980. Each film took our favorite bug on new adventures, from San Francisco to Paris to Mexico. And Herbie's appeal wasn't limited to the big screen. There was a TV series, Herbie the Love Bug, in 1982. And even after a long hiatus, Herbie made a comeback with Herbie Fully Loaded in 2005, introducing a whole new generation to the lovable Volkswagen. What's remarkable is how Herbie managed to stay relevant through all these years. While the stories and the human cast changed, Herbie remained the constant, beloved character that audiences came back for again and again. 6. Herbie's legacy. Finally, let's talk about Herbie's lasting legacy. This little car left a big mark on both film history and car culture. Herbie became more than just a character. He became a symbol of the Beetle itself. Today, you'll still see Beetles painted to look like Herbie at car shows. There are entire clubs dedicated to Herbie replicas. It's amazing how a movie car has become such an enduring part of Beetle culture. And Herbie's influence went beyond just Beetles. He paved the way for other anthropomorphic car characters in film and TV. Without Herbie, we might not have had Lightning McQueen or Bumblebee. In many ways, Herbie embodies what people love about the Beetle. He's small, but mighty, full of personality, and always ready for an adventure. He took the Beetle's underdog status and turned it into a superpower, winning races and hearts along the way. So there you have it, folks. The incredible story of how a little Volkswagen Beetle became one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. From his humble origins to his lasting legacy, Herbie the Love Bug has left an indelible mark on both cinema and car culture. Looking back at Herbie's journey really shows the power of a great character, even when that character happens to be a car. It's a testament to the Beetle's inherent charm that it could be brought to life so effectively on screen. I'm really curious to hear from you guys. What's your favorite Herbie memory? Did you see the original The Love Bug in theaters? Or did you grow up with the later movies? Maybe you have a Herbie replica of your own. Whatever your Herbie experience, drop it in the comments below. That's all for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week for more classic Volkswagen goodness. And remember, if you ever see a white Beetle with the number 53, give it a little pat. You never know. It might just wink back at you.